Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, it's the magician. And here is the magician from the Night Sun. And just check this guy out. He's a brilliant magician. Yeah, it's brilliant. So, yeah, I don't know if you know much about tarot. I don't know if you've really spent a lot of time with the magician. But I think this image here on the Night Sun really does kind of tap into the really mysterious, esoteric idea of magic, which I love, and I'm a huge fan of the Waite-Smith magician. Simple yet effective. But this guy is something else. I mean, what is going on here? So let's break this down. So here is a man. He is levitating. A yoga pose. What's the word? A yoga. I can't remember. He is adorned. There's all the symbolism is there. So you've got the swords, the pentacles, the wands, and the cups all in front of him. You've got the elements here on this kind of crazy, not very efficient robe thing. He's in a trance. He's in a state of he's been taken to a higher place there. The backdrop is Solomonic in nature. You can see mercury and sulfur and salt and abrahadabra, all sorts, all those, thelemic, hermetic things going on. And indeed, right down here, you've got 777. I have wondered whether or not this is supposed to be a fit young Crowley, if you like, but I think I've abandoned that idea just to allow the magician to be the magician. To be perfectly honest, the purple robes I think are probably significant. This jewelry that's coming out from his mouth, you see it repeated throughout the Night Sun or adorning all sorts of different things. It's just a cracking magician. I wouldn't say it's my favourite magician ever, because I think there are more striking images out there. But it's just a good representation. And when you first get this deck, you see the Fool and how dynamic that is, and then you come to this magician, and you're like, what a dude, what a guy, sitting there levitating. He's got his wand in use, and he's got a coin there as well. I say this in a lot of magician videos, and I always miss the fact that there's no dice anywhere. There should be dice, but hey, there you go. So here is the magician, yes, and the Night Sun tells us that is indeed Mercury, all the mercurial elements. So Odin, Tot, Mercury, Hermes, the planet Mercury, the astrological association of Mercury. There's the Hebrew letter Beth. I know I'm not pronouncing it right. Don't you give me that, all right? But yeah, it's just a magician. Just a magician. The guy with all the tools, and he's putting his tools, he's putting his practice into action, which is good. Too many people out there say they have esoteric, spiritual or witchcraft leanings, but they don't put it into practice. Here's the magician, the technically the first card of the Night Sun deck, saying, look, just do it. Yeah, don't just talk the talk, float the float. So, you could talk about the keyword associations with the magician, mastery, and you can think about all of that. But let me just elucidate the Night Sun one. So we've got willpower, choosing, beginning, free will, astuteness, potential, persuasion, initiative. Dignify him in a poor way or reverse him, then you get prejudice, hesitation, imprudence, indecision. I would also like to probably add trickery, thievery, maybe, sneakery, cheekiness. I do think that's some important vibes for a reverse magician. But there you have it. There isn't a great deal more to say about this card, really. It does indeed speak for itself. But there you go. So this is the magician from the Night Sun Tarot. And the Night Sun, when it comes to all the majors, likes to pose a question. The question posed by the magician is, where should I direct my potential? We're number one. We're right at the beginning. He's got his tools. He's raising that energy. Where should you direct your potential? Only you will know. So that's the Magician from the Night Sun Tarot.